Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to practical, science-backed health information specifically for adults over 60 and the families who love them. Today we're talking about visceral fat, what it is, why it's so dangerous after 60, and the 8 foods that research shows can actually break it down. So what exactly is visceral fat? Think of it this way. The fat you can grab around your belly, that's subcutaneous fat. It sits just under your skin. Visceral fat is deeper. It packs itself around your internal organs inside your abdominal cavity. And unlike regular body fat, visceral fat behaves almost like a separate organ. It pumps out inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. It interferes with how your body processes insulin. It raises cortisol. After 60, your metabolism slows, your muscle mass decreases, and your body becomes much more efficient at storing visceral fat, even if your weight on the scale hasn't changed much. That's what makes this so sneaky. You might weigh the same as you did 10 years ago, but the composition of where that weight sits has shifted dramatically. A waist measurement over 40 inches for men or 35 inches for women is a strong indicator. But even people below those numbers can carry dangerous visceral deposits. Here's the encouraging part. Visceral fat responds to dietary changes faster than subcutaneous fat. Your body actually prioritizes burning it when you give it the right signals. And these 8 foods send exactly those signals. Let's get into them. Number 1, avocados. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Avocados are high in fat. How could they reduce fat? But the type of fat matters enormously. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, specifically oleic acid. A study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that diets high in monounsaturated fat actually redirected fat storage away from the visceral area and toward subcutaneous storage, which is far less dangerous. Another study from the University of Illinois tracked adults who ate 1 avocado daily for 12 weeks. Women in the study showed a measurable reduction in visceral fat compared to the control group. The fiber content helps too, about 10 grams per avocado, which slows digestion and prevents the insulin spikes that trigger visceral fat storage. For seniors, half an avocado a day is plenty. Mash it on whole grain toast in the morning, slice it into a salad at lunch, blend it into a smoothie. The texture is gentle on sensitive stomachs, and it pairs with almost anything. Number 2, fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Omega-3 fatty acids are visceral fat's natural enemy. A meta-analysis in the journal PLOS ONE reviewed 21 clinical trials and concluded that omega-3 supplementation significantly reduced visceral adipose tissue, even when participants didn't change their exercise habits or overall calorie intake. The mechanism involves omega-3s reducing liver fat accumulation and lowering the inflammatory markers that visceral fat produces. Salmon is the most popular choice, but sardines deserve more attention, especially for seniors. They're soft-boned, which means you're getting calcium along with your omega-3s. They're inexpensive. A single can costs about $2 and provides over 1,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, baked, grilled, or straight from the can with crackers. If you genuinely cannot eat fish, a high-quality fish oil supplement providing at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily is a reasonable alternative, but whole food is always preferable. Number 3, whole eggs. For decades, eggs were demonized because of cholesterol concerns. That era is over. Current research, including large-scale reviews published in the British Medical Journal, confirms that dietary cholesterol from eggs does not meaningfully raise cardiovascular risk for most people. What eggs do provide is extraordinarily relevant to visceral fat reduction. Each egg contains about 6 grams of highly bioavailable protein and essential nutrients like choline. Choline is critical here because it supports liver function, and the liver is ground zero for visceral fat metabolism. When your liver processes fat efficiently, less of it accumulates in the visceral cavity. A choline deficiency, which is surprisingly common in adults over 60, actually promotes fatty liver and visceral fat deposition. 2 eggs in the morning keeps you satiated for hours, reducing the mid-morning snacking that spikes insulin. Scrambled, poached, hard-boiled. Preparation doesn't matter much. What matters is consistency. Daily eggs, daily benefit. Number 4, fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and miso. This one connects to a discovery that's reshaped how researchers think about belly fat. Your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your digestive tract, directly influences where your body stores fat. A landmark Japanese study followed over 800 adults and found that those who consumed fermented milk products containing specific lactobacillus strains lost an average of 8.5% of their visceral fat over 12 weeks. The probiotic bacteria in fermented foods improve gut barrier integrity, reduce systemic inflammation, and alter bile acid metabolism in ways that discourage visceral fat accumulation. For seniors, this is especially important because gut diversity naturally declines with age, antibiotics further deplete it, and the resulting imbalance promotes abdominal fat storage. Plain Greek yogurt is an excellent daily choice, high in protein, rich in probiotics, no added sugar. Add a spoonful of sauerkraut to your lunch plate. Drink a small glass of kefir before bed. These aren't dramatic changes. They're small daily deposits into your gut health that compound over weeks and months. Number 5, green tea. And this is the one that surprises people. Green tea contains a catechin called EGCG, Epigallocatechin gallai. Don't worry about remembering that name. What matters is what it does. EGCG has been shown in multiple clinical trials to specifically target visceral fat. A 12-week study in the Journal of Nutrition found that participants who consumed green tea catechins daily lost significantly more visceral fat than those drinking a placebo, even with identical exercise levels. The mechanism is elegant. EGCG enhances the activity of enzymes responsible for breaking down stored fat, particularly in the abdominal region. It also improves insulin sensitivity, which reduces the hormonal signal that tells your body to store fat viscerally. 3 to 4 cups of green tea daily provides the effective dose shown in research, roughly 500 milligrams of catechins. Brew it fresh. Let it steep for 3 to 5 minutes to extract maximum catechins. If caffeine sensitivity is a concern for you, and many seniors are more sensitive to caffeine, drink your cups before 2 in the afternoon, or choose a decaffeinated variety which still retains most of its catechin content. Now let me pause here for a moment. If you're over 60, or if you're caring for an elderly parent or spouse, this information could genuinely change the trajectory of someone's health. Visceral fat isn't cosmetic. It's metabolic, it's inflammatory, it's connected to Alzheimer's risk, to cancer risk, to the chronic diseases that steal independence in later years. Sharing this video with someone you love takes 3 seconds. It might give them years. If any of this is resonating with you, if you've noticed your waistline growing even though the scale hasn't moved much, drop a comment below. Tell me which of these foods you're already eating or which one you're going to start with. I read every single comment, and this community supports each other. That matters. All right, let's continue. 3 more foods to go. Number 6, berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Berries are among the most polyphenol-dense foods on Earth. Polyphenols are plant compounds that interact with your fat cells at the genetic level, literally influencing which genes get expressed related to fat storage and fat burning. A University of Michigan study fed animals a diet supplemented with blueberry powder and found a significant reduction in visceral fat and improved insulin signaling after just 90 days. In human studies, daily berry consumption has been linked to lower waist circumference, reduced inflammatory markers, and improved metabolic profiles, all indicators of visceral fat reduction. The anthocyanins that give berries their deep purple and red pigments appear to inhibit the growth of new fat cells, particularly in the abdominal region. 1 cup of mixed berries daily is the practical target. Fresh or frozen, frozen berries are picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen, retaining their nutrient content. They are often cheaper too. Toss them into your morning yogurt. Eat a handful as an afternoon snack. Blend them into a smoothie with some kefir and half an avocado, and suddenly you've combined 3 visceral, fat-fighting foods in a single glass. Number 7. Apple cider vinegar. A Japanese study published in Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry randomly assigned participants to drink either 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar daily or a placebo. After 12 weeks, both vinegar groups showed significant reductions in visceral fat, body weight, and waist circumference compared to the placebo group. The 2-tablespoon group lost the most visceral fat. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar activates an enzyme called AMPK, which increases fat burning and decreases fat and sugar production in the liver. It also slows gastric emptying, meaning food leaves your stomach more gradually, preventing the sharp blood sugar spikes that drive insulin up and command your body to store visceral fat. The practical application is simple. 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar in a glass of water before your largest meal of the day. Use a straw if you're concerned about tooth enamel. The acidity can be harsh on teeth over time. Some people add a half teaspoon of honey to improve the taste. Start with 1 tablespoon and increase gradually. Your digestive system will adapt within a week or 2. Many seniors tell me they notice reduced bloating within days of starting this habit. That's the improved digestion taking effect, and less bloating often means your gut is processing food more efficiently, leaving less excess to be converted to visceral storage. Number 8. Legumes. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, and navy beans. Legumes are the most underrated visceral fat fighters in the entire food supply. A systematic review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming just 1 serving of legumes daily, 3/4 of a cup, led to significant reductions in visceral fat over 6 weeks. The combination of soluble fiber, resistant starch, and plant protein creates what researchers describe as a metabolic triple threat against abdominal fat storage. Soluble fiber binds to bile acids in your gut, forcing your liver to pull cholesterol from the blood to make new bile, reducing both liver fat and visceral fat simultaneously. Resistant starch feeds beneficial gut bacteria, producing short-chain fatty acids that signal your body to burn stored visceral fat for energy. And the protein content, about 15 grams per cup of cooked lentils, maintains muscle mass, which keeps your resting metabolism from declining further. Lentils cook in 20 minutes without soaking. Canned beans are ready immediately. Just rinse them to reduce sodium. Add them to soups, stews, salads. Mash chickpeas with lemon and olive oil for a quick hummus. Black beans stirred into scrambled eggs transforms a simple breakfast into a visceral fat-fighting powerhouse. Now, let me bring this together practically. You don't need to eat all 8 foods every single day. That would be overwhelming and unnecessary. The goal is rotation and consistency. Choose 4 or 5 of these foods and incorporate them into your daily eating pattern. Next week, rotate in the others. Over time, all 8 become regular visitors to your plate. Here's what a realistic day might look like. Breakfast: 2 scrambled eggs with black beans, half an avocado on the side. Mid-morning: green tea. Lunch: a salmon salad with mixed berries and a drizzle of olive oil. Afternoon: plain Greek yogurt with a handful of blueberries. Dinner: lentil soup with a side of sauerkraut. Before your largest meal, apple cider vinegar in water. Nothing exotic, nothing expensive, nothing requiring culinary expertise. Just real food, chosen deliberately, eaten consistently. One important note, and many seniors overlook this: sleep and stress profoundly impact visceral fat. Cortisol, your stress hormone, directly instructs your body to deposit fat viscerally. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep and basic stress management, a daily walk, deep breathing, time with people you enjoy, amplify everything these foods accomplish. Food is the foundation, but the house needs walls and a roof too. Let me leave you with this thought. Visceral fat didn't accumulate overnight. It won't disappear overnight either, but it responds measurably, visibly within weeks when you give your body consistent signals through food. Every meal is a signal. Every day is an opportunity to send your metabolism a different message than the one it's been receiving. You are not too old for this to work. In fact, research consistently shows that dietary interventions for visceral fat are more effective in older adults because visceral fat is more metabolically active. It responds faster to the right inputs. Your body wants to release this fat, it just needs the right invitation. Start today. Pick one food from this list that appeals to you. Eat it tomorrow and the day after. Build from there. Small, sustainable, daily. That's how visceral fat loses its grip. If this video gave you something useful, a new food to try, a new understanding of what's happening inside your body, hit that subscribe button. We publish new senior health content every week, all researched, all practical, all designed for real life after 60. Share this with your spouse, your sibling, your friend who's been worrying about their belly, and drop a comment telling me which food you're starting with. I'll see you in the next one. Take good care of yourselves.